Hey guys, good morning, and it is around 4:40 in the morning, and today we are going to be flying down to Atlanta and back today. So the reason for this day trip today to Atlanta is that I'm going to be visiting the Delta Flight Museum. I haven't seen that museum in a very long time. So we're about to head over to the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport, catch a Delta 737-900ER down to Atlanta, and then head over to the museum for a couple hours, and then go back to Atlanta Airport to show you guys around, and then fly back on a Delta 737-800 back to CVG. So this is a first for my channel. This is going to be my first vlog, and I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to give it a try. And with that being said, let's head over to the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport. Alright guys, we are currently driving over to the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky International Airport. So like I said at the beginning, I am taking Delta Flight 3076 down to Atlanta. There are two flights to Atlanta before mine. The reason why I took this one is because the museum opens up at 9, and the other two flights get in earlier, and I have to wait around a little bit before the museum would open. And plus, we'll get some daylight out of this, because as you know, watching my videos, I don't do a very good job of recording night videos. So, like I said, that's why I chose that flight. So, we'll be at the airport here in about 20 minutes from now. So, we'll see you then. Here we are. We just arrived here at the airport garage, and we're going to now walk over to the terminal building. It is busy here this morning. All right, let's go to security now. All right, guys, we are now walking over to Concourse B at CVG. I just cleared security, and it took a long time, but good news is I got here pretty early, so I'm not in a big rush or anything. So we'll see you once we get to Concourse B. Well, here we are in Concourse B. It's pretty dead here this morning right now, but yeah, it's pretty nice. So I'll go on over and show you guys the plane that I'm flying on to Atlanta. Here is the plane that I'm flying on today, right here. And we won't be leaving here for a couple of hours, but here it is. I also forgot to mention that the aircraft that I'm flying on today is November 907 Delta November, I think. All right.
About 5 minutes early. Flight time is takeoff to landing is 1 hour and 3 minutes. Should be a pretty nice ride this morning. Should be able to get the seatbelts on off. Thanks for joining us and welcome aboard. This is Jennifer from Flight Safe. Just give you an update. The aircraft is pushing from the gate now, so as soon as they clear and taxi away, we'll be on our way to the gate. Echo 27. Thanks for your patience this morning.
Yeah, there was just a plane at our gate that was still there when we got here, so we should be at the gate here soon. See you then. Alright, we just got off the plane here in Atlanta, so now let's head over to the Delta Flight Museum. Alright, here we're at the baggage claims. Now we're going to go get a ride over to the museum now. So, alright, we'll see you then at the museum.
What we do here is go back.
Here is the hangar building of the museum from the outside. Nice. And you also have landing gear along here as well. All right, we're gonna walk right in. Here we go. Okay. Look at that. You have a little play set for the kiddos here too. Nice. Nice. Yeah, MD-11, I think. I miss the Mad Dogs. And then there's the classic L-1011 TriStar. Wow. We also got some modern ones in here, like this A350. That's a 787. Oops. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool how they spin in the circle there. Alright. This, I believe, is a 90s, early 90s route map or something like that of Europe flights, I think. I'm not exactly sure, but as you can see, when Delta had a hub in Cincinnati, there's a few going out there. And of course, there's Atlanta down there. And Dallas used to be a Delta hub. Time to walk under the tunnel. It's almost like a jetway, almost. All right. Wow.
We now circle back to each bucket list destination to give you a chance for the perfect photo moment.
Here's the tail end of November 102 Delta Alpha 767-200 Spirited Delta. And there's some poster boards over here. Nice. Look at that old suitcase. Oh my gosh. I think there's some more on the other side. They have some from other airlines too. All right, let's go to the other side and look. Here are the last set of bags. I stopped the camera for a second. I'm sorry about that. All right. This right here is the Boeing 737-200 simulator. And I think it's in use right now, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And here is I guess a cockpit of a Convair 880. I guess we can go walk up the steps, go check it out. How about that, huh? Wow. Here is one of the engines from the Boeing 767. Wow. Isn't that crazy? Nice. We will go check out the 767 here in just a second. Now we will look at some uniforms. On the other side. Right. Holy cow. is the current uniform for females, I think. I made it upstairs and I am now right in front of the nose of the Spirit of Delta now. So let's go check that out. Almost like a jetway.
It was time for us to leave, get back on the airplane, head back to Atlanta, our last leg home. And we started looking at each other and thinking, hey, wonder if we could do this. And it sounds like a great idea. And so we were giddy and excited about it. And I went home and told my husband what we had talked about. And his eyes got real big. He said, well, do it. I said, well, I don't know, Frank. And I called Jean, and her husband was doing the same thing. And so we talked, and I thought, well, why don't we? And so we get back on the airplane, we'll fly again the next day, and decided, let's just see what we can do. We can do something really nice. And not thinking that it would happen. We just wanted to give it a try. And so they come and
Let's go take a look at a retro economy and first class seat. Here's an economy seat. I'm not sure if this is up to scale or not, but I know back in the day, economy seats were better, and that leg room shows it. So I don't know if that's up to scale, but kind of shows how legroom used to be. Here's a view out the window. And here is first class's legroom. Kind of similar, but a little more. And the seat, wow, really comfortable. And then there's the wing. Nice. All right, here's a view of the 767 cockpit. Obviously, some of the instruments have been taken out, but this is a cool replica though, as you can see. And then right here, we have a restroom. Nice. All right, time to walk out onto the jetway. Nice. Obviously it doesn't do anything. And then you go. Nice. You used to be able to go up to the L1011, but now you really can't anymore, so oh well. All right. Here's the 737-200 simulator. I've done this before. It's been a very long time, but cool experience. All right. Here is a real-time departure map for Atlanta. I don't know if I can see my Cincinnati flight yet, but yeah, it'll pop up there eventually, but there you go. All right, that was the interior of the museum. Now I'm gonna head into the gift shop and see if I wanna grab a shirt or something. And then I'm gonna go check out the 747 to end my tour here at the museum. Okay, we are now walking out to the Boeing 747. As you can see, it's right there. We'll get a better shot of it in a second. But straight ahead, we have the DC-9, which they have on display here. All right. All right, here it is. November 661 Uniform Sierra. Look at this. Wow. All right, let's go inside. Here's a view of Coach. Here's a view out the window in Coach. And here's a view of the seat. Legroom is not bad. All right, let's go look at Delta One. Wow. We're at the nose now. I believe this is the older Delta One. I think it's still on some 767 still, but here is the controls for the seat. Of course, you have the TV, which pops out like this. I don't think it works. Oh well. I don't think these buttons work anymore. Maybe I'll try to find a different one. All right, I just went to the row in front of me. There's one already laid down flat, and I am 6'3" and I'm touching the ends, but not bad. Again, here's the windows, and you have the same controls, of course, as the seat behind me. So there we go. And we had a working TV push thing. I'll put it back. All right. And of course, there's a view out the window. We're now going to walk up to the upper level. Wow. Here's the upper level. Obviously they've taken it apart a little bit. But yeah, there we go. And there's some pictures under here. Yes, my head is almost hitting the ceiling. But and over here, you have more Delta One seats. How about that? As you can see here, there are more Delta One seats, just like the ones downstairs. And here's what the windows look like here. I'll get in perspective. Yeah, these windows really dig down, don't they? Wow. Here's a view out the window, and look how far away you are from the wing on the upper level. All right. Again, same controls. Let's take a look at the cockpit now. Here's what the lavatory looks like, or one of the lavatories here. As you can see, it's through the glass. And then you have crew rest, which I don't know if we can get a good view. There we go. How about that? All right, now let's step into the cockpit. Whoa. How about that? Wow. That is pretty cool. Nice. Let's head back downstairs. All right. Got another gallery. More coach seats. Here we are on the outside of the plane now. There it goes. A330 for Madrid behind the concrete building. Don't tell anybody I did this. Back inside we go. Here's a pressure dome. Okay, time to head on out the exit. We'll get a view from it on the other side. And that pretty much concludes the museum part. I'm now gonna grab something to eat and then head on back to Atlanta to catch my return back to Cincinnati this evening. Here's the view of the outside. Now let's go look at the nose from the outside. Here's the view of the nose right here. Wow. Alrighty. That will be it from the museum. At Waffle House. I got the cheesesteak melt hash brown bowl. Pretty good. After a quick bite at the Waffle House, it's now time to head back to the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport to fly back home. I'm just waiting for my ride to get here. All right, guys, I am back in the Atlanta airport. Sorry I didn't get any footage of the ticketing area or anything. I was just too busy. So, yeah, I'll film part of the flight for this vlog going home, and we'll see you then. Here is my Boeing 737-800 to Cincinnati tonight. Here it comes. We are about to get on the plane back home to Cincinnati. All right, here we go. We are now getting on the plane now as this jetway twists and turns.
We are expecting just a few bumps in the climb out. It shouldn't be too long before your flight get up and about and go through the service. Apologies if there's a big delay there as a result of the weather. Thanks for your patience as we come back from the gate here. We just landed coming down from St. Louis today, and there's quite a bit of weather. So again, just want to make sure we're moving as safely and at a good pace to keep us
p.m. Please stay seated with your seatbelt fastened and carry-on items stowed until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. Be careful when opening overhead bins to avoid injury from items that may have shifted during flight, and please ensure you have all of your personal belongings before deplaning. As we reach our gate, we invite you to use the Fly Delta app for important baggage and connection information. For customers requesting a wheelchair on arrival, we will advise you upon reaching the gate when assistance is available to disembark the aircraft. You may receive an email asking you to share your feedback. We value and use your responses to improve your future travel experiences. On behalf of this Detroit-based crew, thank you for helping us celebrate 100 years in flight, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
After a long day, we are back in Cincinnati, getting off the plane now, so yeah. I guess we'll do a ride on the train here at CVG.
You know that? So now you got time. You got 2 days right there. Yeah. Schedule PPT.
Attention, the doors are closing. Stop. Do not board the train. Please hold on. This train is leaving the station. The next stop is Concourse A, serving Air Canada, Alaska, Allegiant, Frontier, Southwest, Sun Country, and United Airlines. Please move to the center of the vehicle and away from the doors. Please hold on. This train is approaching Concourse A. Exit to your right for all gates serving Air Canada, Alaska, Allegiant, Frontier, Southwest, Sun Country, and United Airlines. Stay on board for the terminal, baggage claims, ticketing, and ground transportation. Attention, the doors are closing. Stop. Do not. Please hold on. This train is leaving the station.
Maybe every other week. Monday, Tuesday.
The next stop is the terminal, baggage claim, ticketing, and ground transportation. Please move to the center of the vehicle and away from the doors.
Friday, Saturday.
All right.
No, she's Friday, Saturday.
Please hold on. This train is approaching the terminal. Exit to your right for baggage claim, ticketing, and ground transportation.
Thank you very much.
Doors open up.
Sundays for it.
All right. All right, guys, this is where the video is going to end. I've made it back to my car here at CVG. I would like to thank you guys for watching this video, and please like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.